Hello, my name is Joshua Brown from the job aptitude testing website howtobecome.com, and in this presentation I will teach you how to pass a BKSB maths assessment. So if you have a numerical BKSB test coming up, then please make sure you watch this video from start to finish, because I'm going to help you to stand out and succeed. To achieve that goal, this is what we'll cover. I'll start off by giving you the different types of BKSB maths test questions that will come up during your test. I'll follow this by giving you step-by-step instructions on how to tackle BKSB assessment test questions, with lots of essential tips to help you pass your BKSB assessment at the very first attempt. I'll also make sure to tell you where you can instantly access over 600 BKSB assessment practice questions and the fully worked answers to each question. And just very quickly, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I want to help you to pass your aptitude test, and I can only do that if you're subscribed. And please don't forget to hit that like button, because this really does motivate me to create more tutorials like these for you. Okay, so let's start by looking at some maths questions. Now, the different types of maths and numerical based questions that we're going to look at throughout this tutorial will help you with your BKSB aptitude assessment. So I've ensured I've put together the most frequent numerical question types used to help you practice and pass. So let's start off with this wordy maths question to warm you up. The average temperature for a 7-day week was 72 degrees. If the temperature was 74 degrees on 3 of the days, 70 degrees on 2 of the days, and 73 degrees on 1 of the days, what was the temperature on the 7th day? Was it A, 56, B, 64, C, 69, D, 72, or E, 75. Now, something really important to note here is that when dealing with numerical reasoning questions like these, first work out the key information you need. Don't let the question overwhelm you with all the different wording that we just had there. And I know it is overwhelming if you've not answered questions of this nature before, but really once we dive into this, you'll find that they're very simple to answer and quick to come to the correct conclusion and response that you need. So I have put in bold the important information here. So the average temperature for a 7-day week was 72 degrees. Remember, 74 degrees was there for 3 days, 70 degrees on 2 days, and 73 on 1 of those days. So what was the temperature on the 7th day? We're just missing 1 of those days. Now, to find out the temperature on the 7th day, you would first find the total temperature for all 7 days and then subtract the temperatures from the known 6 days. So the way to do this is to break it down into 3 simple steps. So step number 1, the average temperature for the 7-day week is 72 degrees. We're told that in that first sentence. So what we need to do is multiply that by 7 to find the total temperature for all 7 days. So 72 degrees times by 7 days gives us 504 degrees. So we will take note of that number, 504 degrees, and move on to step 2. So step 2, we need to add up the temperatures for the known 6 days. So we do 74 degrees times by 3, 70 degrees times by 2, and 73 degrees times by 1. That gives us a total of 222. So what we need to do is do 222 degrees plus 140 degrees plus 73 degrees for those extra 2 days, which gives us 435 degrees. Now finally, all we need to do is subtract the total temperature of the known days from the total temperature for all 7 days to find out the temperature for that 7th day. So that is simply 504 degrees, the total for the 7 days, minus the 435 degrees, which was the total for the 6 days that we already knew about. That gives our answer of 69 degrees. So the correct answer is C. C for 69 degrees. Now, before we move on to some practice questions for you to take under timed conditions, please pause this video and try and work this out again for yourself if you you struggled, or rewind the video and rewatch what I just taught. It's really important to get your head around this fully. I appreciate it can be overwhelming to start with because there's a lot of data there in that question, but it's really important you get this right so you can ace the questions to come and really practice these so you can answer them quickly under timed conditions. So now it's your turn. Please put your answer to question 2 in the comments section below the video for marking, where I will get back to you with the correct answer and also the solution if you need it. Okay, let's take a look at question 2. So question 2 is this. The average temperature throughout a 4-day period was 80 degrees. If the temperature was 78 degrees on one of the days, 82 degrees on another, and 79 degrees on another, what was the temperature on the 4th day? Notice I haven't put anything in bold this time, I've left it up to you so you can get that proper practice in. So is the answer option A, 77, B, 80, C, 81, D, 82, or E, 83? Now I'm going to give you 20 seconds on the timer to answer this question. If you need more time, please feel free to pause the video because it's really important you do get these right and understand them fully, because the best way for you to pass your assessment is to get plenty of practice in with these types of questions and really understand them so you can answer the questions quickly. So your 20 seconds starts now. Okay, you're doing great. Don't forget to put your answer in the comment section below where I'll mark it for you. Let's take a look at one more question based on this style of numerical reasoning questions, and then we'll move on to a different type. So question 3 is this. The average temperature throughout a 6-day period was 90 degrees. If the temperature was 91 degrees on 2 of the days, 89 degrees on another, and 92 degrees on another, what was the temperature on the 6th day? Is it A, 158, B, 162, C, 167, D, 174, or E, 177? You have 20 seconds on the timer starting now. Okay, great. We're going to move on now, but don't worry, if you need more practice with those type of questions, I will tell you later where you can get hundreds of those practice questions that you can access today. So question 4 is this. 3/5 of a school's teachers receive manual handling training. If there are 85 teachers in total, how many of them have not received the training? Remember, not received the training. So many people find this type of question really easy to answer when they know how. So we're going to break it down and then I'm going to give you some practice questions just like we did before. So here are your answer options. Is it A, 17, B, 24, C, 28, D, 34, or E, 54? Now, a really quick way to work this out is to divide the total number of teachers by the total fraction. So what I mean by that is, for example, we can take 85, because that's the total number of teachers, and divide it by 5 because the fraction is out of fifths. So 85 divided by 5 equals 17. We then simply need to multiply 17 by 2, as the question asks us how many teachers did not receive the training. So there are 2/5 of teachers that did not do the training. So 17 multiplied by 2 gives us a total of 34. So it's 34 teachers. The correct answer is D. Now, I want you to have a go at these yourself, but before you do so, at any point during this tutorial, if you want to, you can click that link in the top right hand corner of the video and head through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can access over 600 BKSB aptitude test preparation style questions, including the ones we're covering right now, plus the fully worked answers and strategies to pass each question type to make you the standout candidate. And it also covers the English style questions also. So question number 5, let's have a go at doing these yourself. So 4/7 of a company's employees completed a first aid course. If there are 98 employees in total, how many of them have not completed the first aid course? Is it A, 36, B, 38, C, 40, D, 42, or E, 44? You've got 20 seconds on the timer starting now. How did you get on? Please put your answer in the comment section below where I will mark it for you. Okay, let's move on to another practice question for you. 5/8 of a school's faculty have received diversity training. If there are 120 faculty members in total, how many of them have not received the training? Is it A, 25, B, 30, C, 35, D, 40, or E, 45? Again, you've got 20 seconds starting now. Okay, let's move on now to a different type of BKSB maths style question type, and that is this one, and many people struggle with this type the most. So question 7's this: the number of people with malaria in country A is 80% of the number of people with malaria in country B. The number of people with malaria in country C is 25% of that in country A. If the number of people with malaria in country C is 2,350, what is the number of people with malaria in country B? Wow, that sounds really confusing, but don't worry, I'm going to break it down for you and put this into real simple terms. So here are your answer options: A, 3,750, B, 11,750, C, 12,750, D, 13,750, and E, 15,750. Okay, so the way to work this out is to first find the number of people with malaria in country A. Since the number in country C is 25% of that in country A, you can calculate the number in country A as follows. So we know country C has 2,350 people with malaria. It states that in the question itself. So to work it out for A, we take 2,350 and divide it by 25, because that's the 25% that country A states it is of country C. And then what we need to do is multiply that figure by 100, and that's because percentages are always out of 100%. So 2,350 divided by 25, and we then times that figure by 100, which gets us 9,400. Now the next thing to do is to find the number of people with malaria in country B, so we can repeat that process again. So we're told that the number of people in country A is 80% of that in country B. So now that we know that country A equals 9,400 people with malaria, we need to just repeat that very simple calculation from before. So 9,400 divided by 80, we then multiply that figure by 100, which gives us 11,750. So the correct answer for country B is 11,750 people with malaria. So the correct answer is answer option B. Again, I know the question is worded in a very confusing way, but that's why it's important to pause this video or rewind it and watch that bit again and get lots of practice in, because actually the calculations are very simple once you get your head around it. So now when you are ready, let's take a look at doing one of these questions yourself. So question 8 is this: the number of patients with a specific disease in hospital X is 60% of the number of patients with the same disease in hospital Y. The number of patients in hospital Z is 40% of that in hospital X. If the number of patients with the disease in hospital Z is 1,200, what is the number of patients with the disease in hospital Y? Now again, this looks and sounds very confusing, and that's because it is. I haven't put any of the information in bold this time to make it more realistic for you to get the best practice possible. So just remember the simple calculation we did before. Write it down on a piece of paper if you need to, break this down for you so you can get your head around how to answer this type of question. So your answer options are A, 2,300, B, 2,700, C, 3,000, D, 4,700, or E, 5,000. You have 20 seconds on the clock starting now. You're doing really well. Don't forget to put your answer in the comment section below this video so I can mark it for you and give you any more tips or help that you may need. So let's move on to another practice question of this type. So question 9 is this: the number of students participating in a science fair from school A is 70% of the number of students from school B. The number of students from school C is 50% of that in school A. If there are 90 students from school C participating in the science fair, what is the number of students from school B? Is it A, 257, B, 263, C, 270, D, 272, or E, 286? You have 20 seconds again on the clock starting now. Well done. So the next thing to do is to please make sure you click that button in the top right hand corner of this video right now if you want to, and head through to my website howtobecome.com, where you can get access to 600 BKSB preparation style aptitude test questions and the fully worked answers to each question. You can literally have online access within 2 minutes from now, and it is guaranteed to help you prepare effectively for your next aptitude test, and also more importantly put you ahead of the competition. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe, as I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible pass their aptitude tests and job interviews, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. And please also hit that like button, as that encourages me to make more videos just like this one. And if you have any questions regarding any job role or aptitude test, please feel free to put these in the comment section below where I'll get back to you. And finally, don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below. It's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best with your assessment. Have a brilliant day.